Okay, all right. Speaking of being off the chain, last week things got heated after Amber Ali, a cast member from Joseline's Cabaret, took to social media and claimed she was attacked by Joseline Hernandez and her fiance Balistic Beats while filming the show's reunion. And it looks like Amber and some of the other women from the show are gearing up to file a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Joseline, Balistic, and Zeus Network. What are your thoughts? And did y'all see this one coming? Whoever wants to go first on this one.
They should. They should, and I think Joseline's subsequent tweets after the altercation happened are not going to serve them, even down to the tweet where she said, something to the effect of, when you sign up for reality TV, you can't sue the people you work with, dummies, or something like that. She put, but there's always loopholes and laws. And if you're around here pulling out people's scalp, and if that fight was as graphic as people described it was, I'm pretty sure there's no piece of paper that they signed with you and or Zeus that will keep some type of legal ramifications from coming back on you for what it is you did. And maybe this is the wake-up call. And like I said, I am very proud of the fact that we got a Black brother that has built a network that and it's profitable and he's getting shine. But to be quite frankly, brother, you built your network on trash. You built your network on trash, and you set our culture, as far as I'm concerned, with all those pieces of programming, you set us backwards. So maybe this is the chain of events needed for Zeus to take a small shift in direction. Like, you can get equally high-rated content without letting them people fight the way they fight. And I want to point out one last thing. With all the other reality TV shows, the minute the cast members get up and get ready to fight, security instantly runs in. You can tell with the Zeus Network shows, there's some type of mandate or rule that says, let them fight for a solid 10 or 15 seconds, or let them make contact first before y'all go break it up, because security just be standing there while they be going to blows. And I just don't think that's appropriate, nor should we be glorifying it or rewarding people for that behavior.
Claudia took a sip. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I said it last week. No, or was it, or what, last week? I think, I said it last week, that this was gonna happen. And this is exactly what's happening. The sad part is it's just lack of smarts across the board. As a talent, for Joseline and Balistic to be putting their hands on the cast members is just wrong. You're opening yourself up for liability. As a Zeus, as the network, as the president of that network, you may get the ratings, but you also have opened your entire network and yourself and your family up to a liability of people suing you and your network, which they can take all that money that you've made. We know to date that there's a law firm out there that has taken on 6 of the cast members involved in this particular cast. They've come together and they all are suing Zeus Network for in excess of $30 million. Now, what we also know in this case, Zeus Network, there are a group of young men. Andrew Caldwell has also solicited this exact same law firm from the show The Bad Boys to sue the Zeus Network for liability, negligent supervision. I just don't think that this quick uptake of content by selling, fighting, and violence and ignorance is worth the liability of the lawsuit that could shut your network down.
I'm going to say this, and I agree with both of you. I totally understand the business side, although I don't agree with it morally, with having this kind of shock gutter TV out the gate, get the eyeballs, create the buzz, boom. Guess what, Zeus? You got it. You have it already to the point where you have subscribers, you have a loyal fan base. So at some point you got to pivot. And we got you on the hook. So now we got you on. So now let's try to change it. And I know that doesn't happen overnight because half of those people are there for that, right? So they might not come with you. But again, we've had him on, Mr. Plummer, on the show on Cocktails. And I did ask him about that. I go, I understand how it started, but do you plan on shifting and creating some balance? And he said, yes. I just wish that they would do more of that before this happened, because now this is all that we think of. And what do you think when you take someone like an explosive personality like a Joseline Hernandez and feed them more ego? Her ego is on 1,000 now. She was already like that. And you provide a platform where she's bullying these women and being extremely imagine if that was a man talking to other women on a show like that? It would never happen, first of all. Or could you imagine, like the way that show is just so, I don't even know why anyone would sign up to be a contestant on there. What do you get out of it? Does it help you get on? You're humiliated. They talk about your abortions and all kinds of things. And I have a wicked sense of humor, but goddamn, double homicide and all that.
Like I told you, I went to the show. There's no cabaret. It's not even a cabaret. Like it would be totally different if like you won and then she's doing like a 20 city tour and you know you're being seen and you end up in music. There's no cabaret. It's a contest to nothing.
And I see people in comments saying, but Claudia, you hosted a reunion. I certainly did. I hosted the reunion. I tried to get to the bottom of things. I waited 8 hours in the dressing room before we even got on set because they were fighting. And then once we got on set, I kept trying to get them to answer questions. It was damn near impossible because by the time we get on there, it's all about that. The reunion to them is I'm coming to whip your ass. I'm not coming to answer questions. I'm not coming to answer. And no, and that demographic wants that though. They don't really want to hear the answers. They want to see the fights.
You know what he should do? What would be interesting reality TV? Like if that's what it's going to be, make it safe. So instead of showing up and spending 8 hours in glam and makeup, how about they just have them all stand around in a boxing ring with boxing gloves on and the host be the referee. And when they get to fighting and carrying on, at least it's entertaining in that regard and everybody's safe. You know what I'm saying? Like
some of these networks are taking advantage of these fights. Like there's a lot of celebrity fights. I know Mimi told me some people reach out to her about fighting like rivals from shows. And I know speaking of, there's a celebrity boxing match tomorrow with Al B. Shore in Atlantic City. I almost want to go see it, but
Al B. Shore gets who?
I don't know. I said it should be Christopher Williams, but they said he just got out of a coma a little while ago, so it ain't gonna be him. It's gonna be somebody else. So I don't know. Okay. Anyways, that was bad. Okay. It seems like Joseline is unbothered after tweeting. They say my music wasn't gonna do well. I'm on tour. After Love and Hip Hop, they said I was dead. I'm more alive than a 3-year-old. Thoughts on that?
I guess I was at the first stop. I guess I must have been at the first leg of the tour, the first opening night number, and it was at Taboo Strip Club, which used to be an old adult bookstore where I used to.
Not at a bookstore. Did it have a peephole?
Yeah, that's what it used to be. That's what the place used to be. And I know it because I used to hunch this Puerto Rican in one of them booths. We would go put $5 in the thing to keep the porno on for like 30 minutes and we would hunch in the booth. So it's so funny. When we pulled up to the thing, I was like, oh, I've been.
What type of hunching?
Q.
Huh?
My grandmother, bless her heart, Lillian Jordan, she used to tell me that I should get a Puerto Rican because they're nasty and they'll put their mouth on anything. Now that is what my grandmother said. And I don't know how is this true? And I don't mean to generalize an entire state, U.S. territory, but are they freakier than most?
Well, obviously me and that one was in a bookstore in a stall. So I mean, that's pretty freaky in itself, you know, sticking $5 in the thing at a time to keep the porno on long enough for us to finish. So that was pretty freaky. And y'all don't judge me. I was young. I was in my early 20s. I was fresh out of college.
10 years ago.
I didn't know no better. But this ain't about me. This is about her tour being in an old XXX bookstore. If that's what you call on tour, then okay.
Al, would you go to the Joseline Cabaret tour?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. Depending on, I wouldn't make it an event to go to, but if it was in town and I didn't have anything else to do, I might go. I don't know.
I didn't go on purpose. Okay. And it was on a Tuesday. We was eating. I have a standing Tuesday appointment, a standing Tuesday dinner with a certain group of friends at the Italian restaurant with the rich Jewish people on Miami Beach. Y'all know I'm trying to find me a rich Jewish man with a boat. A whole nother story for a whole nother show. And James Knox happened to be with me. And he was like, you want to go to Taboo after this? I'm like, it's Tuesday. Why would I want to go to the club on Tuesday? No. And he was like, come on, it's Joseline's Cabaret. I was like, James, no. And we got out of dinner at like 9 o'clock. And I said, listen, James, I don't want to be out to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's 9 o'clock now. I know she's not going on at 10. And he talking about, well, come on, we just going to go for an hour. And if she don't come on in an hour, we going to leave. Needless to say, we didn't leave till about 3 o'clock in the damn morning.
Honestly, I feel like Joseline, after this season of Cabaret, she probably needs to take some time off from television. She needs a little bit of a break. But let me tell you what the real tea is around this, Claudia. When she made that post, did you see that For Us By Us Network commented on her post? I thought that was very interesting that another network would comment on something that she said about her show on Zeus. Do you think that if Zeus drops her, something that she may end up at For Us By Us?
They be commenting on a lot of people's stuff.
Okay.
They're new on the block. Before we go to break real quick, Allie, I got to ask you, who would you rather see at Joseline's Cabaret, Joseline or her fiance, Balistic? Who's sexier to you?
Ooh,
Our resident bisexual, you should be able to, you know what I'm saying?
I would say, I think I probably said this before. Didn't I say I want to see them both? Didn't I say I would love to be in the bedroom? Did I? Maybe. Didn't I say I would like to be a fly on the wall? Okay. I think sexually and physically, they're very attractive. Her body's amazing. You know, I mean, he gives me a tad bit of Dominican vibes. I don't know if he is or not. But yeah, I think that's a hot couple.
Okay. On that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with more TGIF after this.